Today on Film School Friday, I'm going to talk about lighting. Okay, so I'm here. You can't see me. This is the shop with all my lights turned out. I've got a north-facing window over there, I've got a north-facing door over there, and an east-facing window on that wall back there. So let me just start off by saying that lighting is a huge topic to cover, and I won't be covering all of it, but I will be covering how I light in my shop. To start off, let's go over the basics in this scene right now. I'm at my workbench where you all have seen me many times. I've got 4-foot LED shop lights hung all around my shop. Right now I have about 7 of them, one over every major workstation. And right now I've got one LED kicker that's kind of pointed 45 degrees to my head, and that just gives me a little separation between me and my background. It's not a huge deal, but I have it, so I use it. All the lights in my shop are 5,000 Kelvin, which is close to daylight balance, daylight being 5,500 Kelvin. So the color of light is measured on the Kelvin scale, which is a measure of absolute temperature. I can use a torch and a piece of steel to demonstrate how it works. The term warm light actually refers to a lower Kelvin temperature. A yellow or soft white is somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 Kelvin, where a cooler, bluer light actually refers to higher Kelvin temperatures. See how this steel gets hotter, it turns red, then orange. If I continued to heat it up, it would get closer and closer to white. Daylight on a clear day is 5,500 Kelvin. This applies to when we're looking at the source of light. In editing applications, the scale seems opposite, but it's not, and I'll have to go over that in a different video. Just know when shopping for lights, daylight is 5,500 Kelvin. But I'm going to go over color temperature in a whole separate video because that is kind of confusing. Just know that daylight is 5,500 Kelvin, so if you can get a light source close to that, it will help with natural light coming in the windows and shooting video in your shop. I'm working on a charcuterie board. I did a lot of lighting examples with a small accent light and without. All right, let's just dive right in. So I keep the ambient light in my shop daylight balanced, but when it comes to adding light to the scene, you can get creative. In this shot, I'm using a small incandescent lamp that's connected to my drill press table. Notice the warmth of the light on the quill while the background is cooler. Now that I had a hole drilled in the block, I could mount a small bicolor LED using a 1/4-20 bolt. Most cameras and accessories accept 1/4-20 as their thread mount. I like this super simple setup because the light is cheap. It has 2 different sets of LEDs, one with lower, more yellow color temp and one with higher, and are infinitely adjustable and can be combined. In this scene, I'm prepping some 1/4 sawn curly maple to cut some butterflies out of. I've got my key light again about perpendicular to the camera angle. Notice how the highlights are buttery and warm to the left, and the light falling off to the right is more blue, fading to that ambient light of the daylight balanced shop lights. And another example of the light perpendicular to the camera offering a raking light. I use side lighting a lot when my ambient light can balance the scene out and not leave super deep shadows. Here I'm cleaning up the mortise for the key with no extra light, just ambient. Then I add a light just camera left so the light is at an acute angle to the lens. This shot is fine, it provides some fill, but I don't think it's any more interesting than just using the ambient light. And here I've got the light directly in line with the lens. This is very harsh, very deer in headlights. So why do I like this lighting setup so much? I guess it's nostalgia. It reminds me of watching a sunset with someone you love. The light source is low on the horizon, and if you turn to look at the person next to you, this would be how the light would fall on them. The light would be warm and perpendicular to the direction you would be looking. Warm highlights and blue shadows. I know I'm getting sappy, but it's true. It is a pleasant light. You don't always have to light your subject. Here I'm chamfering and installing a butterfly key. This is ambient light, and it conveys the same information. You can see what I'm doing, and you see what I want you to see. Not everything has to be lit. Sometimes just getting stuff done in the shop is more important. Alright, let's talk about backlighting. A backlit shot is very dramatic. There isn't much detail, but it's a powerful tool. Here I'm filling a void with charcoal tinted epoxy, not a very exciting task. but this shot is sort of dramatic and I don't know why. One use for a backlit shot is to disorient the viewer and to instill intrigue. Imagine a shot from inside a barn where the farmer slides the barn door open and sunlight floods in. Now he's just a silhouette. Who is he? What does he look like? Where are we? It's a powerful tool. And lastly, I'll talk about natural light. This to me is one of my absolute favorites, indirect sunlight coming through a window. For imaging, it is a beautiful look. Unfortunately for woodworking, usually it isn't the greatest for seeing what you're doing. Each of these lighting setups can convey mood. Knowing what mood you want to convey is part of the process that you have to figure out. Alright guys, that's it for this time. I am not a lighting expert by any stretch of the imagination. In my photography line of work, I use more natural light, indirect light coming from a window to light my portraits. People seem to really be interested in how I light my shop. I put out on Facebook and some of the groups that I'm a part of what videos you guys wanted me to make for these Film School Fridays, and lighting was the #1 answer that I got, so I thought, hey, that'll be the next video. I'll put links to all the products that I used, the lights and such, in the description. They are Amazon affiliate links, so they do help me out, so thank you guys. I'm going to put out a separate video on the charcuterie board, more importantly, how to make bow ties, butterfly keys, Dutchmen, whatever you want to call them, and that video will go out sometime next week, just to get a woodworking video back on the channel. But you guys have, the response on these Film School Fridays was overwhelmingly positive, so I'm going to keep doing them. Hopefully you guys will still like them. I've got some big builds coming up. Right now, I'm really just trying to get all the small stuff out of my shop. Things promised to so many different people that I just need to get some work done, and then I'm going to get back to the channel once I kind of have a clean slate. If you guys like what I'm doing, let me know in the comments section. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and maybe share it with somebody who might find this useful or enjoyable. Until next time, guys, I'm Will Walker. This is the William Walker Company Project channel. I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks for watching.